Taters?
Not in the mood for cheese. That excuse is more hose than a slice of this fine golden land.
Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my hands.
Good on you. These boss men respect them. I wouldn't let an orc within 500 yards of my loving nature.
Psst! Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Feddle's carriage for a joyride?
Ha! Knowing him, he drove it straight to the pub and back.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Councillor's wife.
Is that why we never sail to Ythel anymore?
Speaking of youthful gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that orchid charm loves him.
I wouldn't let an orc within 500 yards of my loving nature.
Psst! Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Feddle's carriage for a joyride?
Ahoy, sailor! Are you enjoying the fresh winds of Sicile? Name's Conrad, cargo trader, sea captain, an expert in all things nautical. Folks across Andervale know to give old Conrad a holler when it comes to rare imports and magical items. Those orcs must be out of their barbarous minds launching an attack. I'll tell you, the only...
Yards of my loving nature.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught.
Sailor, what
passing a
news
love
from the
note to
mainland?
Lizard Councillor's
Oh,
wife. Nothing new, sir.
that why we never
Zombies,
sail to
skeletons,
Ythel
you know the story. Speaking of youthful gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that orchid charm loves him.
I wouldn't let an orc within 500 yards of my loving nature.
Psst! Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Feddle's
Is that
carriage for a
versus
joyride?
the right views?
Ha!
Yes,
drove it straight to the pub and back.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Councillor's wife.
Is that why we never sailed together before?
That orchid charm loves him.
I wouldn't let an all within 500 yards of my loving nature.
Psst! Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Federal's carriage for a joyride?
No, indeed. He drove it straight to the pub and back.
Ahoy, sailor! Oh, name's Con... Ahoy, name's Conrad. Oh,
Wife.
Is that why we never sailed together before?
nothing like that. I thought...
Sauce? Here? Inside? He really thinks that orchid charm loves him.
I wouldn't let an all within 500 sauce. Here, inside.
Sauce? Here? Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Federal's carriage for a joyride?
No, indeed. He drove it straight to the pub and back.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Councillor's wife.
Is that why we never sailed to Ythildor anymore?
Speaking of Ythildor, that
Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my hands.
Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Feed a big cheese on your rock with a wheel.
What? Oh, my elf? Oh, my soul. What? Oh, you mean the undead? That's not. And, Jake, most of the time, as you can imagine, an all right bloke. What? The what of what? Ah, Cecil proved his name is called. The staff itself contains a shot. Well, oh, this is nonsense. I'm the mayor for the 7th sake. Oh, yes, the Fabulous Five. That machine Ahu built is an abomination. It must be stopped at all costs. Marvelous.
I knew that dark-dealing old man dabbled in source. To the gallows, I say.
The gallows? Well, I've heard of such a thing, but I've never seen one myself. I don't think I care to either. Fortune!
Oh, yeah, my Victor. Yes. What?
The lesser key of Sadakandras.
Kazdinor.
What
Brief
nonsense.
history of sorcery still hasn't been returned.
The Encyclopedia
Celeron will have to
Demonium.
pay yet another
I know
fine.
it by heart.
Kazdinor. In the name of I am Victor. When I was the fisherman, he raised indeed.
Dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced. The Encyclopedia Demonium.
Volume 2.
I know it by
Where's
heart.
the third one gone? Shatsu. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night.
Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced. The Encyclopedia Demonium. I know it by heart.
Volume 1, Volume 2. But where has the third one gone? Shatsu. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night.
Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition, too. Most promising.
Sigurd's beard! What a find! Kazdinor. A brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Celeron will have to pay yet another
Lesser
fine.
key of Sadakandras. Ugh, what nonsense. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition, too. Most promising.
Volume 1, Volume 2.
No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for.
Shatsu.
Is there no new
Sometimes I
book to
think
be
these books
discovered in
sprout
this
little legs
library?
in the night.
No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition, too.
Kazdinor.
Most promising.
A brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Celeron will have to pay yet another fine.
The lesser key of Sadakandras. Ugh, what nonsense. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
The knight in see-through armor. Princess Buttercup with a blushing bottom. Stenteken. Esmeralda does have a propensity for
The
all
lesser
things
key of
neat, doesn't she?
Sadakandras. Ugh, what nonsense. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
The knight in see-through armor. Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom. Stenteken. Esmeralda does
Demonology
have a
for
propensity for all
dumbbells.
things
Ugh.
I said to him, I said myself, if I don't start earning an extra gold piece
Is that why we never sail to Ythel anymore?
Speaking of youthful gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that
Ahoy,
orchid-
sailor! Are you in? Aye, that Cecil's worse than a rooster. Crowing all around town about matters he ought to know are better kept quiet. For my part, I haven't a clue where it could have gone. Overboard, stolen, or vanished into thin air. Wouldn't hurt to ask some of my men. I tried myself, but sailors tend to be a bit tight-lipped when they're afraid of getting one another in some trouble. Seaman's code, you know.
Youthful gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that orchid chap.
Sauce? Here, now that you mention it, I noticed Dietmar, a fellow merchant travelling with us, carrying a sealed box off the ship during the attack. At the time, I figured he was just escaping with his personal effects. But it could well, sure, I saw him slip off the ship, but I haven't a clue where it could possibly be now. Captain...
Speaking of yours, here, inside sea, was too busy dodging fireballs to notice anything myself. But ask around a bit. Don't know much about him myself, except that he and Captain have partnered up more than a few times. Yeah, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that orchid charm...
Heard anything about the whereabouts of the magic stick yet? What? That weasel has it for sure. But I'll tell you this. I didn't speak of that stuff to a soul on board. If he's the one who took it, he must have known. I'm sure he'll make a run for it, probably by boat. I'd look for him on an out-of-sight beach somewhere. He's probably there now trying to launch a vessel in private, if he hasn't already escaped then. Heard anything about the whereabouts of the magic stick yet?
Really thinks that orchid charm loves him.
I wouldn't let it all within 500 yards of my loving nature.
Psst. Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Feddle's carriage for a joyride?
Ha! No, it ain't. He drove it straight to the pub and back.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Councillor's wife.
Is that why we never sail to Yuthel Gore anymore?
Speaking of youthful gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that orchid charm loves him.
I wouldn't let it all within 500 yards of my loving nature.
Psst. Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Feddle's carriage for a joyride?
Ha! No, it ain't. He drove it straight to the pub and back.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Councillor's wife.
Is that why we never sail to Yuthel Gore anymore?
Speaking of youthful gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that orchid charm loves him.
I wouldn't let it all within 500 yards of my loving nature.
Psst. Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Feddle's carriage for a joyride?
Ha! No, it ain't. He drove it straight to the pub and back.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Councillor's wife.
Slimy, reeking, rotting sea garbage.
Fresh haddock. Perfect for a fry-up.
No one has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Fresh haddock. Perfect for a fry-up.
No one has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Potions to bemuscle you, scrolls to entussle you.
Fresh haddock. Perfect for a fry-up. Watch the undead swimmer in their mouldy boots. Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies size seals ever seen. Get it while it's fresh. These batch is only hours from the tree.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
I'm straight. I'm true. Harry's by the dozens.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
takers? Come on, you chickens!
Everyone hearing! Delicious sausage! Yours, sir! Scratch it off!
Pay the big cheese on your book with a wheel and a good taste.
Sorry, sir. That's it, troops. Train up while you can. The next orcish strike could land at any moment.
Those boots will embarrass a bridge folk. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry.
Oh, what now?
Is more hose than a slice of this fine Gorman bear.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my hands. Slimy, reeking, rotting sea garbage.
Halt! These gates are to remain closed at all times. Will I be a little red imp's uncle, the Source Hunter? Sorry for the gruff treatment, I didn't recognise you right away. You can see security's tighter than ever around here since that surprise attack the Orcs put on a fortnight ago. They didn't. We can only hope to hold back the undead and these left field... You don't look like you're quite ready to head out into the wilds to me. You may have the right number of champions in your party, yet in experience, I think you're lacking. Of course, the choice is yours. Thank you for heeding my words of...
Look alive, my good man. This gate'll be short work for a well-equipped contingent of orcs.
Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Sorry, sir.
How can I help you, my friend? What? I'd never. If you must know, I was merely What a delight she is. The temperament of a tiger, the grace of a leopard, and the manners of a lady all rolled into one. By all means. Of course. I hope your investigation fares well. I myself have none. Even though the rest of the... Now, it may well be established that she is... It might be a bit late to inspect the body, in that it has already been buried. It may be worth your while to speak to the mortician, though. A chap called Roberts. He has a house by the graveyard. I can't say much more, but that they're madmen. All the more dangerous to us because of their alliance with what should be a natural enemy. But certainly. What would you like to know? And what might those be? One of them failed? Who is the mongrel that dares to question my engineering expertise? You know what? Here's the remote access device with which I used to control it. There's a manual for that somewhere around here, too. Yours, if you can find it. I really should invite Victoria one of these days, so she can help me organize my... Source Hunter. Welcome. Welcome.
got my eyes on the prize.
That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again!
Good luck with these sites.
Welcome back to Sicil, Hunter. The Legion stands at the ready. You don't look like you're quite ready to head out into the undead infested. Thank you for
Can you spare a coin? 1 coin or 2, noble spirit? 1... Oh! A fool once was I, and ever seeking greater satisfaction than that which I already enjoyed. I'd heard they were not to be trusted, that they gave fools advice to the fools who sought them. They told me that I would find fame and renown if I renounced my worldly possessions. Or fire, the most thorough cleanser, was my method. But as my house burned in front of me, I felt no elevation, no pie.
So those statues told him he'd have to renounce his earthly possessions to become a spiritual leader, did they? Right. I'm not going to throw my things on a pyre in the hope that the stench of my burning trousers will please...
Can you spare a coin?
Can't you hear the stage calling you?
Careful, comrades. I've seen sorcerers infuse even lowly fowl with dark enchantments.
Nonsense, Venerable One. Those are only chickens. Plump, juicy ones at that.
For the whale of the good stuff.
Oh, how nice it is of you. The very picture of youth. Pray, let me be forward with you. Oh, sapling rose, oh, leaf of spring. For you would listen to my grievances, guide me towards untroubled rest. Hot spiced wine and a snug little room awaits us on the King Crab's first floor.
So, what's the bad news? More orcs rampaging through the docks? Or have those infernal statues sent another soul flying to his death? Sad story, that. though, if I'm speaking plainly. The sentimental aspect of it all doesn't make much of an impression on an undertaker. I just concern myself with giving the remains a respectable exit from life. We set him to rest in the northern graveyard. Perhaps he can finally get a little peace. What about it? Didn't I just say we gave it a respectable send-off? Why are you giving me...
The death man is nervous as a squirrel. I'm certain he's hiding something.
She said it, not me.
We'll have... What do you think you're doing?
It's cold, mistress. I must focus.
I dance within shadows.
Who's laughing now?
Everything we do seems to fortify your abilities. That inspiration hardly flows one way, my friend.
Nemris is the greatest philosopher in the land, you know. I'd give me left wit.
Pay the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
The closest I've got to my match is when I linger over Longmont lighting my pipe.
No, careful now. Your head's growing more swollen than saffron, I dare say.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles we sent to the Northern Cave?
Soon the last will be beaten. Beaten like the anvil of Grog, the torturer. All hail Grog! All hail his hot-steeled instruments.
There must be some way to open this. Under lock and key. Under lock and key.
Fortune? Ha! He should be so lucky as to be defeated by Alistair the Great.
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you can even fathom.
Glorious to see you once more, fair friend. I hope she came, she showed us. Go on the pub.
On the move for cheese. Their excuse is more home than it's
Beyond these walls, the dead roam free, Hunter.
Salutation! You don't look like you're quite ready to head out into the undead-infested wilds to me. You may have the right number of champions in your party, yet in experience I think you are most probably lacking. Of course, the choice. Thank you for heed.
I could do with a cold drink.